Hi everyone, I'm Tina the Creative Guru with Gems, Paper, Scissors, and I have had a fantastic day. Got my nails done, went for a hike with one of my daughters and our dogs, plus a spare, and I am back. I've enjoyed just resetting and enjoying my life. As promised, I am here this evening to show you my four favorite sparkly things within our product line. We have others, and I will be showcasing them over the next few days. But I wanted to show these off to you. But before I do, I also want to show you the stamps that I am going to do a drawing for once this party reaches 20 or more guests participating. So hopefully that'll be in the next day or two because we're pretty close. So without further ado, I'm going to move my camera over to my workspace and I am going to show you some fun things. Let's see here. There we go. And I'm going to tilt my light a little bit just so you can really see. I have two scraps of paper, our black and our white daisy. And of course, I just knocked over the camera, so let's see. And I'm going to start with, this is not holding. Let's see if that helps. So I'm going to start off with our shimmer brush. So it comes in a cellophane package, and when you get it, you will see every last one of our pens comes with this yellow band. Now, what that yellow band does is, let me pull this out for you, is in shipping, you don't really want your chamber where the ink is held to have been punctured. So that just slides off, and as you can see, the chamber is closed. So you take the sleeve off and dispose of it. And then you slide that back on and you twirl it and twirl it and twirl it until it pops. So I'm going to show you what the inside of an already opened pen looks like. Now, I do not typically suggest you open one of these brushes, but I do it often. So you can take the cap off. You see it's nice and shimmery once you get your brush nice and moist from the ink. And this is a clear one, as you can kind of tell. And you just untwist it. And this is what an open chamber looks like. Okay, just like that. Now, if you want a color that we don't already have a shimmer brush in, you can actually create your own colors. So you end up getting a clear shimmer brush and you use liquid reinkers to create your own. And you just put 2 or 3 drops in. Shake it up, try it. If it's not strong enough of a pigment for you, just add a few more drops. Try it again until you are completely satisfied with the color you have. So this is the clear. I am going to show you our probably our Capri. Our older pens did not have the color written on them, which was very frustrating for us because we have quite a few colors. They just have the color top, at which point you're supposed to kind of figure it out. But like this mulberry, it's printed on it. Some of us used to take our label makers and make our own labels, but I had missed this one. I'm pretty sure it's the Capri, just based off of my knowledge of the colors. So always, always, always shake up your colors. If it hasn't been primed yet or it's a little dry, there's 2 spots, one on each side that says push, and you just push a little bit until it comes into the tip. And then all of our colored ones are these beautiful colors, and you can do glitter free, you can do just coloring in, you can just play with this. So I'm showing you what it looks like on the dark black and the white daisy. So, and it dries really fast. It's really a fine filament, a really fine little sparkle. One of the really incredible things about all of our glitters, our shimmer brushes, our stickles, our glitter paper, and glitter tape or shimmer tape, shimmer trim, there we go, is when you rub on it, it doesn't get all over everything, right? Because I like the sparkles, I like the shimmery fun aspect of it, but I don't want it all over my house. I call it raver scabies because it just travels like nobody's business. So getting a really nice sparkly effect and design is really amazing. But to know that you're not going to end up wearing it or having it all over your house is even better. Okay, so that's a quick little tutorial on our shimmer brushes and what to expect if you order them. I have used them to paint in like this bee on this really adorable Just Because card using our retired now paper and some just fun scraps. I filled this in, and this was before we'd fine-tuned our glitter, and so I made it really chunky. I blended it with our Stickles glitter gel because I wanted it heavy, I wanted it strong. And then I brushed over it because at that time we only had the clear colors. So then I brushed over it with a pink glitter shimmer brush so that it had that pinky gold silver tones. So that's how I got that to happen. And it transfers a little, I mean, very little. But again, then it doesn't keep transferring. And as soon as you go in and wash your hands, it is gone. It is super easy, super tidy, and incredible. So now I am going to show you, I have 3 of our 4 glitter gels. I used up my 4th one, so I can't showcase that. But each of our glitter gels, this is a nebula. When you open it up, it's very viscous. It is a gel. Think of a stiff styling gel, for instance. And this, each of them has different shapes and colors. So this, like I said, this is the nebula. It's kind of a white glitter with gold stars. And see how stringy and gummy this gel is, right? This is viscous, right? And a little bit goes a long ways. I am using one of our palette knives, and I'm just smearing it down. And you can do it as thick or as thin as you want. I'm going to put it on the black as well as the white daisy so you can really compare and contrast them. And again, I'm doing this fairly thin, just to give an idea. And then you just scrape it off. You can rinse it off in the sink. You can use, I usually just have baby wipes handy or a napkin, whatever is your preference. And then just always wash it off before it completely dries. So there's the nebula. And you see it has the little larger circles and the gold stars. There we go. Then I'm going to show you on the black, which really adds kind of a thicker look. I'm going to thin it out a little more. I went pretty heavy-handed on that palette knife. But it also just naturally shows up a little bit stronger on that black because of the contrast versus the blend in. So now I'm going to turn that a little, show you Moon Dust, which is my absolutely favoriteest. It's very simple, just like so. And it takes, oh, it doesn't take long to dry, but it really depends on how heavy-handed you are. Okay, so if you are pretty gentle, it's going to dry pretty quick. And I've got a huge blob on this palette knife, so I'm going to spin it down. And just scrape that on nice and thin. And again, it's just adding layers of sparkle, right? There, just like that. So here it is on the white daisy. See if I can get that to autofocus better. There you go. Lots of sparkles. It kind of has almost a silvery blue undertone. And then on the black, again, just really pretty glitters. Then the last one I have to show you of the glitter gel is our asteroid. And this is a really intense, large circles, black glitter. Just like so. See how dark and intense that is? I'm going to put that on both the white daisy and the black again. So almost a rainbow of colors in there, in their darker tones, right? Looks like a swirling skyscape. Then again, I put this on way heavier, but it's so spectacular on this black. So now I'm going to turn my paper again. Just a little. You can still see the background and the shimmer brushes, because this is just my scraps. And I'm going to use our Robin's Egg liquid pearls. And you can do a light bead, or you can do dots, or you can do a line, or you can do a very heavy dot and use something like a palette knife again to get it to smear, which I'll show you in just a minute. I'm going to add some bisque, which is another liquid pearls. Let you see that side by side. And then I'll do it again over here on the black. A bead, a run, and a great big bead that I'm going to blend with the blue Robin's Egg. Just like so. Dot, a run, and a great big bead that I'm going to blend with that bisque. I'm gonna grab a clean palette knife just to give you the idea of how to do this. And I'm just gently brushing that on. You could use a paintbrush. You can paint your stamped images. You can do quite a bit with this. It's very thin. It's not watered down, but it's basically, think of a nice, smooth, like school glue. Not school paste, but school glue. And it just is this really pearlescent look. Each of the colors is pretty true to the image in the catalog or online. You can blend them to create more colors. So they're a lot of fun. I've used them to basically use a paintbrush to paint as a background. I have used them to use dots, like I did dot, dot, dot on a, or shaped it like a little tiny heart where I went just like so on a stamped image with the truck. So I'm currently using our Stickles, which is our glitter glue, and this is our ice blue, and it's just so pretty. Look at that. If you have anybody that really likes the Frozen films, this is gorgeous. But true to me, I use a lot of the Stickles Diamond. To give you an idea just how often I use it, this is what is in my work case, sitting beside my work table, because I go through at least one of these bottles about every week or two, just adding rainbows and sparkles to my projects. And I can show you probably a project that I did using this. And it's just like if I have clouds on something, I will border it with this just because I think it's gorgeous. You know, I'll do these little lines, just tracing it over, and I might smooth it out. I may poof it up. I may leave it as a thick, heavy line, but be warned, if you do that, it does take a substantial amount of time for it to dry. So only do thick, heavy lines if you have the time for it to dry. So here is, let's finish pulling this out. I have a class that I have taught using the Stickles Diamond. So here's a closer look, by the way. Just like so. Isn't that gorgeous? This is why these 4 products are probably my favorites. So I'm going to raise up my camera so you can have a better look at what I am getting ready to show you and how I used the Stickles Diamond. So in this layout, I used the Stickles Diamond to trace over each of my clouds. I used the Stickles Diamond to add shimmer to my blossoms and my other shapes that I used my Cricut to cut. I added it to my hearts. And again, from far back, it's just the perfect amount of sparkles, right? And then again, onto my flower and my butterfly. And between the stickles and the cuts I used on my Cricut, and then I embossed using an embossing folder on some of the backgrounds. I roughed them up. It adds a big batch of dimension to a layout. So this is all just basic, simple paper, just cardstock. I didn't even use fancy paper on this layout at all. So again, just accenting onto my clouds made these flat white clouds pop on this layout. You know, so that is my live for tonight. My reminder that inviting people to the party and engaging helps. Our hostesses are working towards free and discounted products. So every purchase counts, every share counts. If any of this seems fun and amazing, and the party is pretty easy. So if you are interested in hosting a party of your own here on Facebook, I will start sharing my dates here in the group starting tomorrow. And once all 3 spots are filled and our party has a minimum of $150 in purchases made, I will share what our grand prize drawing is, as well as the extra gifts that I am giving to my host. Have a great night, everyone, and I look forward to talking with you tomorrow.